this afternoon. I feel so bad. I slept in till almost 10 o'clock. I know that you're probably going, that's not late. That's actually late for me, especially considering the fact that when I was up on Mackinac Island this past summer, I was up pretty much every day at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, because I would get up, have breakfast, I would get dressed, have breakfast, tidy up, get some stuff around, and I was normally, if it was a nice day, even if it wasn't such a nice day, I was out of the house, and I would stay out of the house till almost 1 o'clock. So I would be out of the house by 9:30. I would stay out till about 1 o'clock. Then I would go back to the house, do some work, like writing and stuff, and get ready for my job. And I'd be in at work at like 6 or 3. So I got up pretty early, and it was something I kept doing over the summer, especially when because I like getting up early. But yesterday, I'm so proud of myself. I finished my Lightsaber Lost chapter, This Weapon Is Your Life. I finished it, and I'm like, yes, oh my gosh, I don't have to get up early tomorrow, because as of today, I am on break from writing. Technically, it's not a break, because I do plan on working on the outline and probably starting the next chapter. But as of right now, for like the next 4 or 5 days, I'm actually officially on break. I'm not doing any writing at all. I'm so happy. So I am on break. My glasses aren't on, and I wore them pretty much all of yesterday. Where are my glasses? They're right there. But I ran into a snag. I'm trying to schedule at least one more physical before I probably get dropped from my current insurance. And the problem is that I can only really do a physical on a Wednesday, because it's really the only day I'm guaranteed to have a ride, because my mom has Sundays and Wednesdays off, guaranteed. My dad, his days off, they change, so I'm not sure what day he has off. So sometimes he has Fridays off, sometimes he doesn't. That is the snag. This is my physical. And when I was younger, I had a male doctor, and I was okay with going to do a physical by him. But then I became a woman. I grew up, and now both me and my mom are uncomfortable with me going to see a male doctor and having my physical be done. I've always seen female doctors, except when I went up north, but we're uncomfortable with that. So I just called, and unfortunately, my regular doctor, she is booked till May, and she's not there on Wednesdays. The female PA, she is also booked through February. Her only availability was the 12th at 3:45. That's a Friday. I don't know if I'd be able to make it. The only PA that's available is the male. So I'm going to talk to my mom, and if worst comes to worst, next Wednesday, I'm just going to go ahead and grit my teeth, even though it will make me super uncomfortable. I will probably have to schedule my physical with him, and just some off chance that something will work out. My mom says I shouldn't freak out. She's the one who's telling me, don't freak out, don't do this, even though it will probably be her who's going to end up paying for my insurance, because I don't have a job. So it just makes me feel that more guilty that I'm freaking out about this whole thing, and my mom is the one telling me, don't freak out, don't freak out, don't freak out. So I'm trying not to freak out, because this is how my mom and I work. I get my anxiety and my anxiety issues from my mom. And like I said, I feed off people's emotions, so I feed off my mom. If my mom starts freaking out about something, if she starts panicking about something, I will automatically start freaking out and panicking. So when we got the letters and my mom was upset and a little bit panicky, I was feeding off of her. Only with me, the anxiety doesn't go away. So I'm still feeling anxious about this whole thing. My mom is no longer feeling anxious about this whole thing. So I know, maybe we might keep on our plans. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping, but probably next week I'll have to grit my teeth and just go ahead and see the guy. I'm not comfortable with that at all. Not at all. I hope he understands that if I end up having to go see him. And this guy, my mom, I don't think my mom likes this guy anyway, but as of right now, I'm working on today's vlog, what happened to my computer? Oh, it went to sleep. So I'm working on getting today's vlog ready, which I've discovered that usually if it's just a vlog like this where there's no other entries, I just post it itself on YouTube. I have discovered that's actually easier to open it up, is to open up the vlog in Movie Maker, save it in Movie Maker, because they have save video as, and it has all these options, and one of them is YouTube, so you can save it in a file format for YouTube. If I do that, it goes so much faster with posting. Just doing these, even if they're like 60 minutes, they will take like up to almost an hour to load. If I save them in Movie Maker and use that, it takes like maybe not even half an hour. So I'm doing that now. It takes a little bit longer, but it's still worth it, because now I'm not stuck waiting like an hour and a half for the videos to load, and I'm able to go do stuff more. which is what I'm planning today because now I have videos, Christmas movies lined up to watch every single day. So I normally jump on and play Old Republic at night. I'm not doing that for today, tomorrow, or Saturday. I'm actually going to play Old Republic during the afternoon between like 3 and 5, 3 and 6. I'm going to play it during the afternoon instead of at night where I usually play at 7 to 9. And my guild members laugh at me because I log off early. But I'm going to play it during the afternoon instead of at night so that at dinner time I can start watching my Christmas movies. Because I actually find I do better playing Old Republic during the afternoon than I do at night. So I'm going to start switching and doing that, especially if it works out. But last night at 10 o'clock at night, I was all ready for bed. I decided I didn't want to watch the news because I didn't want to hear about the GOP's tax cut. No, it's not a tax cut. It's not a tax cut for me. It's not a tax cut for the vast majority of people I know. So it's not a tax cut bill. It's a tax hike for people like me, for my family, for our friends. We're not going to see any tax cut. We're not going to see anything like that at all. So I didn't want to hear any more news about that because I want to be positive and happy, especially since this is Christmas. Mr. Trump, that is not a Christmas gift to the American middle class. That is basically a death sentence to the American middle class. When are you going to wake up and realize all your grand policies, all that great stuff you say you're doing, isn't doing anything to help America? It's doing nothing but hurting us. Your whole idea of America first, yeah, that's good, but be careful because you're about to turn us into an isolationist country. We tried that before, and it didn't work. We need allies. This is not just all the countries just standing off by themselves. This is a world where we all need to work together. So, okay, done with the politic rants, I promise. So, 10 o'clock last night, I'm like, I don't want to watch the news. Stephen Colbert's in reruns, and Jimmy Kimmel, I haven't been watching. So, I decided I wanted to watch a Christmas movie. But what Christmas movie should I watch? Normally, it's Prancer. Prancer was always one of my favorites when I was younger. It was one of my mom's favorites. But it's very kind of, when I got older, it really became kind of sad and dark and depressing for me. I have it on DVD, but I don't really watch it anymore. Which is funny because one of my favorite movies to watch is Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey and Little Drummer Boy, which are both kind of very dark at the beginning. So I'm like, I don't want to watch any of that. And then I'm like, what is the one Christmas movie I have watched almost every year since I was a little girl? It was one of the ones we had on VHS. It was one of my favorite all-time Christmas movies to watch with my mom, with my dad. My entire family loved it for so many years. And then a few years ago, it finally came to my possession. It is one of my favorite Christmas movies, but nobody I know has ever heard of this. Okay, like I tell people about Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Most people have never heard of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. That's because Santa Claus Conquers the Martians was a really bad movie. It's so bad I'm sitting there laughing at it. But this movie is actually really beautiful and sweet. It's a really timeless family classic. It's from 1992. It's from this group that I don't believe is in existence anymore called Cabin Fever Entertainment. And it is one of my favorite movies, and I love it. And actually, I realized I was pretty much the only person who had ever heard of this movie when in high school my teacher said, okay, we're going to take votes about which Christmas movie to watch. And I said, The Night They Saved Christmas. And everybody in the class looked at me like I had lost my mind because nobody had ever heard of this movie, and I had to try and explain it, and I didn't do a very good job. So, at 10 o'clock last night, I put this in. The Night They Saved Christmas. It has Jacqueline Smith, Art Carney, Paul Williams in it. It's a really... I love this. Like I said, it's from 1992, and yes, it is on VHS. You have seen my Disney tapes all down there. I have Disney movies on VHS, including The Little Mermaid in the original packaging. I have White Christmas on VHS. I have Here Comes Peter Cottontail on VHS. Seven Wives for Seven Brothers and The King and I, both of which I was absolutely obsessed with when I was a starting teenager. I loved it. I think I watched The King and I like every week for a month. I was absolutely obsessed with those. This is actually one of my all-time... Oh, and I have the Muppets Christmas Carol on VHS, too. I had Muppet Treasure Island. I have a lot of stuff on VHS. And you're wondering how I watch it? Well, this thing I'm sure you've seen before is actually... my dad gave it to me. It is a VHS and DVD player. So I was using this. So I have a VHS player right here, which I am able to watch VHS tapes. I know, outdated technology, but I love it. And then I have my Blu-ray player, which is where I watch everything else. I do have a grand plan that slowly but surely, especially when I get a better job and some savings, my plan is I want to get all my Disney VHS tapes, like Sleeping Beauty, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Little Mermaid, Muppets Christmas Carol, Winnie the Pooh, Pinocchio, my non-Disney movie, American Tail, Five Goes to Rest, Spirited Away, Prince of Egypt, Sound of Music, Baby Stay Out, all these movies I have on VHS. I slowly do want to get them on DVD or Blu-ray. But some of them I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find. Like, I have 2 Herbie movies, the original Herbie movies, not the bad Lindsay Lohan one. And then I have like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, The Black Cauldron. I think I have The Great Mouse Detective too. Maybe I don't. No, I don't have The Great Mouse Detective. That one is one I want to get. And it's sad because The Great Mouse Detective actually terrified me when I was a child. And now it's one of my all-time favorite Disney movies. But I have all this stuff on VHS. So The Night They Saved Christmas, The Christmas Life, right? No. The Night They Saved Christmas is actually this really beautiful Christmas story. It focuses on the Baldwin family, and it's a dad, I think named Eric, the mom, and then they have 3 kids. I forgot the name of the oldest, but the girl is named Mary Ann, and the boy is named Michael Baldwin is the dad, and then there's 3 kids. I can't remember the name of the oldest boy, but the girl is Mary Ellen, and the youngest boy is CB. And the dad, Michael, works for, I think, an oil company, and they're near the Antarctic. They live in, like, I think close to, like, Alaska, in this little town, very small. And they're drilling, trying to find an oil field that Michael, the dad, has told his boss that is there. He knows it's there. They haven't found it. And they're using dynamite to blow up the ice because it keeps jamming the oil rig. So they keep dynamiting. And what you learned is that they're actually dynamiting. Both sites they're dynamiting at, there's a site A and a site B, are very close. Site A is very close to North Pole City. Site B is almost right on top of North Pole City. North Pole City is where Santa Claus lives. It's where all the elves are. And so Santa sends his head elf, Ed, down to meet the Baldwin family and tell them, hey, Santa needs you to stop dynamiting at Site B because you're going to destroy North Pole City. Site A is not that great, but if you keep blasting there, you're going to find oil. And the dad doesn't believe it, the mom doesn't believe it, but then the family goes up, but then the mom and the kids actually go to North Pole City and meet Santa Claus, and suddenly they have to convince Michael and Mr. Murdoch, his boss, to stop dynamiting at Site B and focus on Site A. And it's all about how they're in this crunch time because it's right by Christmas Eve, and they have to get the dynamiting to stop or there won't be Christmas anymore. So it's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a great movie for families. Younger kids, I would be a little bit careful. There is some language in here that is more for a PG-13 movie, but it is a family movie. It is very sweet. It is very cute. I love it. It's not PC because it is from 1992, so it's not very PC, but it's definitely one of those Christmas movies that I definitely can't imagine not watching, not letting my kids watch. So it's just like there are certain Christmas movies, like the Rankin Bass Christmas specials. I can't wait when I have kids to show those to my kids. Because when I was a little kid, they were like magic come to life. They were so amazing and wonderful. Muppets, the Disney. I mean, there are so many movies I can't wait to show my kids. I can't wait to introduce my kids to Star Wars. Of course, I'll be the parent who has the baby dressed up as Yoda. It's like, look at my baby, he's so cute. Because I'm going to be one of those parents. Like, one of the reasons I want my cousins out east to come visit is so I can start corrupting my second cousin. I want to start corrupting her and making her a Star Wars fan. They're going to regret the day they let Caitlin get a hold of her. It's like, I want to pass on my love of Star Wars to somebody else in the family. Because there's not a lot of other people in the family crazy about Star Wars, except I think my cousin Jake likes Star Wars, and I think my cousin Patrick likes Star Wars. I know my cousin Jake likes Star Wars because for his birthday, which falls during December, they rented out a theater for an early morning screening before it released of The Force Awakens. And the birthday was themed The Old Man Awakens, and that they went and they watched it. I'm like, that'd be awesome, except I don't want to have popcorn in the morning. I had no way to get to Lansing. So there are a couple Star Wars fans in the family. I'm the craziest. So it's fun. So yep, Christmas is slowly getting into full swing. My mom made more cookies last night. My mom made fudge. I'm not kidding. I will show you, though I'll probably drive my brother insane. Let's go see. See the pretty tree? There are presents under the tree now. Oh. Ah, there they are. I know one's for me. See? Ah! Oh, wait, there's more. Cookies! Not as many as there were last time, but we have, I'm doing really badly. These snowmen. My mom loves these. These are her favorite. The Pillsbury cookies with the little designs. All she has to do is put them on a baking sheet. They're really easy. We have these ones that have like little candies in them. Yep, that's it. My mom made me 2 varieties. I don't think my mom, I think my mom wants to, oh, she did get more of these. These are like from the Dollar Tree. These are the baking pans my mom uses to make cookies, and she absolutely loves them. So, and then, open up the fridge, and we still have more of these. We have these, and now the other one we have is Christmas tree. So not exactly a homemade from scratch Christmas, but we don't have a lot of time. But the one thing my mom does make, and she already got into it, fudge. It's like a thing. We're from Michigan. We love fudge. I know everybody loves fudge, but in Michigan, it is kind of this big deal with fudge. I know most people I talk to, almost everybody has a family fudge recipe. They have their own version of fudge, how they make it, what they use in it. You know, one of the things I wanted to get my mom is, my mom loves to cook, is on Mackinac Island, they actually sell little cookbooks full of fudge recipes. So my family is like a big deal. I have a book full of cookie recipes and sweets that I have yet to use. So food is a huge deal in our family. Even though I'm actually losing weight. Down the hall of snowflakes. So, we have fudge. I'm happy. I definitely like the fudge you can make rather than the fudge I can get at Walmart. That stuff is nasty. So we have cookies, we have fudge, and we have our Christmas dinner. It's pizza! I think my brother got cheese pizza. I got supreme. That's our Christmas dinner, which is awesome. I said we were going to have pizza for Christmas. I think my mom is actually making garlic toast. So we'll have pizza and garlic toast, and then I'll probably have ice cream. So that will be our Christmas Day dinner. So my mom likes it because there's not a lot for her to clean up, and she knows my brother and I will eat every scrap. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I know it's weird, but people ask, why did you start having pizza? It's simply because when I was younger, I absolutely detested most meat. For many years, I refused to eat turkey. I refused to eat pork. I barely eat chicken. So I have always been a picky eater. So for many, many years, I hated turkey. So we didn't really do a turkey dinner, and we used to. But I didn't like it, especially because I always felt like when I got to the turkey, it was cold. So we stopped doing things like turkey, and when my mom started working at Walmart, it just became easier for her to really make something that for the most part she just could throw in a microwave or the oven, and she didn't have to worry about doing all this other stuff. So her, pizza with garlic toast and like chicken became like the easiest thing for her to make for dinners like Thanksgiving and Christmas. So like I said, for Thanksgiving or Christmas, we always have like a pizza party. So this year it's Christmas, which has kind of become traditional because I now like deli sliced ham and stuff. So now we usually have like turkey sandwiches, like whole warm turkey sandwiches with like stuffing and potatoes and corn and stuff for Thanksgiving. And then we usually do like pizza for Christmas. because it's just so much easier to make, and it's something I like. You know, we're not typically a traditional holiday celebration family, so it makes sense that our holiday meals aren't traditional in that sense. I mean, our Thanksgiving dinner is more like Thanksgiving is more like what other people are having for leftovers after Thanksgiving. So our Thanksgiving dinner is the leftovers, which is so cool because it's really easy. It's really fun to make. It makes my mom happy because we eat a lot more than she doesn't waste this gigantic turkey. Because when we had the turkey, we always wasted so much of it. So instead of just having this giant turkey go to waste, you can get like a pound of turkey or like half a pound of turkey, and we can make turkey sandwiches and we'll eat it all. And like I had stuffing, and I discovered a really cool thing for leftover. Take the sliced turkey we get from the deli, put that in with the stuffing and mix it in. It's actually really, really good. So it's actually really fun and simple. I know maybe it's not your thing, but I recommend at least one year do a pizza party for Christmas. And for New Year's Day, we do this thing where I don't know if we're going to do it this year, but in the past few years, my brother and I are allowed to go to the store and pick out whatever we want to eat on New Year's Day. So usually we go and get a bunch of junk food for New Year's Day because we watch the parade, the football game's on, so we usually just go and get a bunch of junk food for New Year's and just wolf it down. I'm actually going to watch the Rockin' New Year's Eve show on ABC this year because all the performers are they're secular, but they're performers I feel okay listening to. And one of them, one of the performances, I think is going to be BTS! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love BTS. I was curious about them. I heard about them, and then I saw their performance at the VMAs. So I'm like, they are so cool, and it's so awesome to finally see a Korean pop band doing amazingly well here. So I'm really excited for BTS. I can't wait. I can't understand what they're saying in their songs, but that's okay. You don't have to understand the language to like the music. It's so cool. Music can be universal even if you don't speak the language of the lyrics. That's one thing I learned interesting about most rides at Disneyland Paris. At Disneyland Paris, most of the characters and even the shows they do are in both English and French. And some of the actors who do like Jack Skellington, Spider-Man, stuff like that, they can actually speak up to 4 languages. So at Disneyland Paris, it's very much a multilingual park. So, like, I've watched some of the shows in Disneyland Paris, and you'll have one character speaking in English and the other one speaking in French. And it's so cool because even though one is speaking in the language I don't understand, I still get the show because the other character always explains what the English character always explains what the French character said. So it's awesome. And like their Santa for all their shows speaks both English and French. So it's nice. But at Phantom Manor, because there's such a variety of languages that you can hear, Phantom Manor, unlike the attractions at Tokyo Disney or Disney World or Disneyland, it doesn't really have talking parts. There's not a lot of speech. It's mainly very much the mood is set not by people's voices. It's very much set by the music because music is universal. So it's really cool. So, yes, I am a Disney freak. I admit it. Which is another reason why I love Star Wars so much. I keep saying this, and I've heard it from other people. You can go anywhere in the world, say Star Wars, and you will get a reaction from somebody. That's one of the reasons I love this Campbell's Soup commercial they came out with features a Hispanic boy and a Middle Eastern boy. They're sitting at the same lunch table. They're new. Neither of them speak English. Neither can understand what the other one is saying. They're both eating soup out of Star Wars-themed thermoses, and the one boy makes a Wookiee sound, which gets the other boy's attention, and they start sitting together. They don't speak each other's languages, but they don't need to because they have Star Wars to share. And they can use that as a means to communicate and learn. So that's why I like things like Disney, like music, like Star Wars. I like things that are universal that everybody in the world can share and take part in. Because it just makes me feel that much closer to everybody else. So I'm weird. I know it. So, oh my gosh, it's almost 2:30 o'clock, and I still need to get this loaded onto my computer and this loaded so I can play Old Republic for a little bit. I made my Gil Hadlock because she just made a new night class character. I think she's a Sentinel. Yeah, she's a Sentinel. And she she had just finished up her first part of the chapter 1, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're on Tatooine. I'm coming to Tatooine. I'm like, yeah, I'm almost done with my missions here on Tatooine. And then she's like, I finish up and I wait for her to show up, and I'm like, hi, okay, you're here. All right, I gotta go to Alderaan. I gotta go tear that place up now. Well, not literally tear it up. That would be rude. I mean, like, Tatooine I could totally tear up, but not Alderaan. That's, like, totally rude to tear that place up. Oh my gosh, I so need to put this thing down because I'm really starting to drift off and be weird. So I am so totally going to get going and get some stuff done and play some games and just relax and take my mom's advice and don't panic. Also, before I go, I switched out my sewing project. I decided, I finished the flowers on my pillow, but I really want to work on these. This is my quilt square. This is my second one of 6. This is the first one I finished. So I really want to finish these because my goal is actually to get that quilt done this year. So a lot of my free time when I'm not writing is probably going to be spent working on those. So I'm going to get going. I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers. Stay safe, stay sane, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.